Hey guys, it's Tony here at Gamefreakblog again, just bringing you another video. It's my first video of 2013. That is right, we have entered a brand new year. We are all going to have to get used to writing 2013. When we write down our dates, it's going to be really confusing for a couple of weeks. If you're watching this video, I want to wish you a very happy new year. I'm hoping this new year is going to be a great year, whatever you've got planned, whatever you're going to be doing. I hope you had a fantastic Christmas period. I ate my own weight in food. I drank my own weight in beer and other such drinking paraphernalia. I had a really good time. You're probably thinking, my God, I haven't seen you on here for a couple of weeks. And yeah, I just took some time out. I was travelling up and down the country. I had weddings to go to. I had obviously Christmas, so I was spending some time with friends and family. I had a friend come and stay with me for a week to celebrate New Year, so I was just hanging out with him. I haven't really seen him for about a year, so I just took some time out and just did some catching up with friends and family and everything like that. So the gameplay that you are seeing today, it is obviously Far Cry 3. There's nothing really special about this gameplay. It's just me just chilling out, meandering around the map, trying to pick up a few relics and a few side missions and everything. The reason that I'm putting this video up is I've got a few things that I want to briefly talk about. I'm not going to go too much into depth because we've gone in and covered those in the latest episode of the Multi-Tap podcast that I take part in. It's the first podcast that I've done for months just because I've been so busy, which hopefully should be up in a few days. I'm going to put the link up on my Twitter account, so if you're not following me and you want to listen to the podcast, go and find me on Twitter. It's just Gamefreakblog, all one word. And we talk about a few things there, such as, you know, what we thought was the game of the year and another couple of little bits of news that have snuck out in the last week or so. So firstly, just to talk about my game of the year for 2012, it was a pretty hard decision for me to come by because there was a few games out that I thought were absolutely fantastic, and I did have an extremely good time playing them. Of course, towards the start of the year, we had Mass Effect 3, which came out. The Mass Effect 3, well, the Mass Effect series, sorry, not just Mass Effect 3. The Mass Effect games are one of my favourite game series of all time, next to Metal Gear Solid. And I know it did get some hate because of the whole thing with the ending and everything like that, but I didn't really think it was that much of a big deal. I thought the actual game itself was absolutely fantastic. It was really extreme. It was really action-packed. Lots of the stuff that people slagged it off for, such as, you know, decisions that they made in previous games not having any kind of effect. I didn't really get that at all. I thought the game was absolutely brilliant. I'm on my third playthrough of the game. And I just think it's great. I thought it was an absolutely fantastic game, so I have to say that was in the running for my game of the year. Some other just honourable mentions as well. I really enjoyed Asura's Wrath. And I know it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but to me it essentially epitomises everything that a video game should be. It was completely and utterly over the top. Graphically it looked fantastic. The sound and just the story was pretty much balls out, you know, ramped up to 11. And I know that there wasn't that much gameplay involved in it because lots of the stuff was essentially just QTEs, just quick time events. There was lots of actual gameplay in there, such as like running around and beating up various amounts of demonic creatures and everything like that. But just as a whole, I thought it was really fun. I really enjoyed Asura's Wrath. I just thought it just did something a little bit different. It was just quite refreshing to play. So that was kind of up there in one of my favourite gaming experiences. Pop my bloody teeth in. Gaming experiences of 2012. There we go. I got that past my lips at last. Another game as well, which blew me away more than I actually thought it would do, was the Telltale Games Walking Dead. Now, I don't know if you managed to pick it up over Christmas. I'm not going to go into the story because I realise that some people might not have played it yet. There was the Christmas deal on Xbox Live where you could pick up each chapter for 200 points, and I know a lot of people went in and cleaned up and bought all 5 chapters of the game. So some people are still probably playing through that at the moment, so I'm not going to give away any spoilerific details or anything. I'm just going to comment on it as a whole. I thought that the characters were great. There was a few clunky dialogue issues and everything like that, but I thought on the whole, the actual decision making and everything, it really did make you think, and some of the decisions in the game I really did truly agonize over. I thought it was just a fantastic game, and that, you know, Telltale Games won the Game of the Year for the Walking Dead game. I really do hope that it's going to mean we're going to see more episodes set in the universe with different characters. I think there's lots more stories to tell in there. I think I'm going to leave it there because it could get a bit spoilerific with what I was going to say. So, The Walking Dead, absolutely fantastic, purely in the running for my Game of the Year 2012. I do have to say, though, my Game of the Year, I was agonising about it all, and I was thinking, really? But my Game of the Year last year was Far Cry 3. Hence the video footage that we're seeing now. I thought the game was absolutely fantastic. It had a tremendous single player mission. It's so tremendous that I haven't even finished it yet. I'm not going to go into too much detail because, as I said, this is going to be all be on the podcast, which is a longer show. But to me, Far Cry 3, I just put it on to relax, hence this gameplay that you're watching now. I'm more than happy just pottering around the island, picking up relics, taking out outposts, going around getting the comm towers, just watching the animals hunt each other, just watching the interactions in the universe. It is a real, probably the biggest example of a living, breathing world that I've seen in a video game. And I know lots of sandbox games such as GTA purport that they are going to have this living, breathing world, but it just didn't feel as organic as Far Cry 3 does for me. As I said, I'm not rushing the game. I know that there's some people out there that have finished it already, and I'm not bothered. I'm not rushing it to go through and see the end just because other people have. I'm taking my time, getting all of the relics, going on all of the missions that you find in the camps once you've overtaken the outpost. You get the hunting missions. So I'm just taking my time chewing through all of those, and I'm loving it. It's one of those things that I think I almost just don't want it to end. That's the reason why I'm basically not rushing my way through the game. The co-op mode, I had a fantastic time playing through the co-op with some friends. The multiplayer, I mean, it is what it is, but they've got the map editor in there so you can create new maps. I think the whole thing, the whole package, if you like, was just absolutely fantastic. I'm not entirely sure what the plans are going to be with the DLC in the game, because I know that the PS3 is going to be getting an exclusive co-op mission soon, which I'm going to hope is coming to the Xbox as well. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm expecting that there's going to be some DLC map packs in there. So anyway, cutting a long story short, Far Cry 3 was my game of 2012. Just another couple of little tidbits of news. Again, I'm not going to go into them. Can you tell that I'm pimping out this podcast? I want you to go and listen to this podcast. Basically, it's been hinted at that the next Xbox console is going to be shown at this year's E3. Major Nelson put out on Twitter and on his blog the other day, he simply just said two words, "It's on," with a countdown towards E3. And I think everyone and his dog is, pretty much reading between the lines and expecting that the next Xbox console is going to be shown there, which I think the current gen has still got a couple of years in it left. I don't think I'm in any rush at all to get a new console, even though some people disagree with me. But again, we cover that in the podcast, and I'd like you to take part in that conversation. Another bit of news as well was the whole thing with Sony applying for a patent to block used games on the PS4 console. Now, I don't think that they're actually going to implement it. I think it's just going to be a patent that they're going to get and they're going to sit on. I can't see themselves shooting themselves in the foot as I just did there, driving off the cliff. So that's pretty much the news. I just wanted to cover that in brief. It's all going to be coming up in the Multicast podcast for themultitap.com. I'll put all the details on my Twitter feed, so come along and join me in there. Thank you for tuning in and watching this video. I'm going to be bringing videos every single day this week, and I will catch you in those ones. So guys, welcome to 2013. Have a good one. Bye bye.